You know, that's where I am lucky.
What's the dad's line of work?
Well, Dad made all his money in his 40s. Quite luckily, both his parents died in a skiing accident, and he inherited quite a large sum of money. So
yeah, I love that sort of luck.
Dad, if you're watching, I did text him earlier, but I'm not. He hasn't read it, but maybe he's on tonight. If he's watching, I'm sure he'd be massively proud that I'm next to Tom May.
Yeah.
So yeah, head coach of the Clapham Falcons.
We've been discussing tactics here. If you're going to have one player from these two teams, who would it be?
Well, Rory Hutchinson, I've had quite a lot of banter with him on Instagram, and he seems like he comes from good stock. He seems like someone I could work with in the city, so I'd probably get him.
Yeah.
Exeter. I would say probably, who's the scrum half?
Sam Hidalgo-Klein.
Yeah, I love a double barrel name. Yeah.
Actually, you look a bit like
Furbank does enjoy a bit of top lip banter. Yeah, he's a good guy. I've had a bit of chat with him on Instagram, and it seems like he's got some pretty good bants. Not good enough probably to come on the podcast. He's a bit young. He probably doesn't have the stories.
What about getting Dan Bigger on?
Yeah, I've heard him on a podcast. He sounds incredibly boring.
Oh.
But I don't think he drinks, which I'm all suspicious of.
Does he not?
I don't think so. He's come off social media as well.
Oh, right. So you can't actually get to him.
To be honest, I thought about coming off social media a few times just because the amount of abuse I get about my teeth. It's quite astonishing.
Is that pretty much from Haskell?
Yeah, Haskell keeps saying they look like burnt fence posts, which has actually made me go to a dentist recently.
Your man that went to a northern public school.
Yeah. He's in my spare time, I'm an influencer. So yeah.
I mean, boys, I did get entertained by the fact that I was able to put the pictures of the two of you out on the Instagram story earlier, and I went for as best a toothy shot as I could, and then I also went for the shot of Tom May with his mouth guard in that looks like he's just got two gnashes.
Yeah. That was a long time ago. You really had to dig that out.
I got sent that by James Gemmell.
Has he started sending that? He sent that to me last night as well. Maybe that's all he did last night.
Yeah, I think it was last night. I'll try and find out what he said. He said, once you manage to see your fine colleague's gum shield as rabbit teeth, you can't unsee it. I mean, for those people that, just want to...
Just got to try it.
Amazing. I've got to say, you look better now than you did then.
That's what Becky says.
Yeah.
She says I'm a bit like a wine.
Yeah,
I was hanging at the start.
In the meantime, we're coming up to 6 minutes played and still no score.
What's that like? Good club?
Great club. There was pretty intense people. Your mate Dylan Hartley.
Yeah.
Who I know you've bumped into over the last couple of weeks.
I think he's got problems with me. As I've said on social media, I think he just, he's jealous. I've got the 3 C's, the chat, the chassis, and now, the coin. And he came after me on the good, the bad, and the rugby.
He's a pretty intense club, which, Tom was pretty intense.
Was Carlos Spencer there when you were there?
No. He left years ago. He was good.
Well, I probably think you're older than you are. So amazing. It's the hair. It's the hair. Although I've got to say, you're a better looking Philip Schofield. That's what I said.
Philip Schofield.
Yeah.
He's about twice the width of Philip Schofield as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I had the good fortune to be appearing on This Morning when my live commentary videos went viral, and I'd been on Going Live when I was about 11 and asked some ridiculous question to the actors from Bread. And I said this to the researchers of This Morning. So then when we did the interview, I said, oh, do you know if he's going to make mention of the fact that, I was on Going Live, that I told you? They said, oh, yeah, it's in the notes. He might ask you about it. And obviously Phil had only recently come out. And a mate of mine, as soon as we'd done the video, because he sort of says, oh, and I understand we've met before, haven't we? And I was like, yeah, I was on Going Live. I think it was 1989. I've still got the VHS. But a mate of mine messaged me straight afterwards and said, were you not tempted when he said, we've met before, haven't we? Just to go, yeah, Darkroom in Vauxhall about 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
That would have been amazing,
wouldn't it?
That is some seriously good chat.
would have just been live TV gold, probably. But and Exeter are looking to come straight through.
God, who's that?
That was
Try scored.
Sam Skinner, was it? No.
Is that? It's not Vermeulen again, is it?
what's his name?
Lord Sean Lonsdale. There we go. We're all familiar with him, clearly.
Yeah, new to the team. That was all started from him, though.
Is that guy Irish? The winger?
Yeah. Watch this. Completely does your mate.
Hutch. Yeah.
Inside out.
He reminds me of me on the field. That's kind of the way I play. Heads up. I've got a loose goose step and side step.
One of your favourite. Good. Those no-look balls. Steenson, what? 39? 36? Somewhere in between. Look at that. That's brilliant. That's completely done, Proctor.
Neil Whitelock saying on the chat, you're going to need a few beers tonight there, Maisie. People are enjoying the Kishan CHAT chat.
Guys, I would be drinking more, but unfortunately, I've got a big CrossFit competition tomorrow morning with my CrossFit team, the Chassis Monsters. So I don't want to overdo it.
What's your favourite station in a CrossFit sort of routine?
Sorry, Nick, I didn't catch that.
What's your favourite station when you're sort of going around CrossFit?
People do say that I have a terminology that when I do kettlebells, I pretty much make love to them. I do love a good kettlebell session, but I'm also really enjoying the battle ropes at the moment. And one thing I'm definitely working on is getting more photos for the Instagram of me actually in sort of in kettlebell battle ropes mode.
Nice.
Yeah, just because I think that will actually add to the followership. I think people want to see me working out.
Yeah.
There'd be some good photos.
Yeah. I mean, Maisie, when I got here, Maisie actually got me to take my top off, just to see
the body
fat check. And I was tempted to take a photo of that and put it up, but I think I'm just going to save it.
Yeah.
Nick, you CrossFit? I sometimes see you on Instagram, sort of saying you're out and Tooting Common. And Eric, actually, I'm looking to acquire as CEO of Clapham.
Well, thanks. I'm happy to be in the running for any deputy positions that are on offer. I am often out on Clapham Common, not for the reasons that some people have scurrilously suggested, but playing a bit of touch down there twice a week at the minute. It's been nice to be back out there. But yeah, I had to do some sort of CrossFit-esque stuff once when we got invited as the media to go and do a day with the England Sevens team, just to sort of go through one of their sort of fitness sessions. I was nearly sick. It was absolutely fucking horrendous. But
I heard that from quite a few people it was bad.
You what?
I heard that from quite a few people that it was pretty bad.
I mean, they sort of put one or two of the players with you, and they're sat there going right now it's chin ups. I'm there going, can you lift me up? And then we did battle ropes, and I was like, why are these things so heavy? My arms don't work.
Most journalists done nothing more than lift a pen and a pint.
Well, indeed, yeah, and I was probably one of the fitter ones there, which was ridiculous. So but certainly there were a number of boys blowing at the end, just going, yeah, you boys are really fit. Oh my goodness.
Right here.
The Chiefs are just playing sevens.
This actually reminds me of 2 years ago when we played the Putney Pirates, and we had a winger that none of us knew. He was a ringer from one of the guys, and they thought they were going to beat us, and we absolutely destroyed them. So
it's the exact case of that. I mean, this Saints team actually look like a shell of what they should be. This team should be, competing at the top of the league. Top four.
The body language of the Saints team there was as if they're already 40 points down and there's 10 minutes to go of the game.
Shows you how low the confidence is, though. After all of those, or is it 1 from 4?
Personally, I would have done a bit of Shakespeare to them before the game. Just riled them up, brought them together.
What would have been your team talk?
It would have been a mixture of Shakespeare. I'm known for a bit of Shakespeare in the changing room, but also I'm matter of fact. I just tell it how it is. For instance, what some of the guys in the office had to take pay cuts in the team, and some of them weren't happy. But I explained to one of the guys, a lovely guy called Neil, who's unfortunately from Liverpool. He's actually, and again, he had to take a 25% pay cut, like a lot of the rugby players had. But I had to say to him, look, Neil, no one can really understand what you're saying. You've got a leg tattoo. You're lucky to be in this company. And he stuck at it. Unfortunately, he couldn't pay his rent in London. He's now commuting from Liverpool, which is a difficult journey.
Yeah.
He has to. But that's it. That's my style. I'm not a man manager. I'm more, people say I'm a Mourinho, but obviously I'm a player manager, I guess. But now you're coach, mate. I don't know what would be your tactic as a coach.
I'm not great at the. So when I was captain, I used to try and get 3 things I could remember. And
just generally?
Oh mate, I just like pre-game, I'd be getting so angry that I'd struggle to remember 3 things. And I remember one game when all the lads, I was going like first thing, and I was whacking people in the chest and stuff. Second thing, got that one out. Third thing, and I was like, I've got no idea what the third thing is. And everyone just burst out laughing. I was like, that's had completely the polar opposite effect as to what I wanted. But
yeah,
there you go.
Excellent.
Maisie, your management tactics seems to be sort of very player management. I know with you, you've definitely given me something that a lot of people say I lack is confidence, and you definitely added to that.
What, your lack of confidence?
No, my more giving more confidence, more ability to have more banter.
Oh mate, if you can't have that sort of banter with your mates, what
Yeah,
have it?
Exactly. Have you actually ever thought about going into professional coaching?
No. Do you know? So one of the things I get asked that quite a lot, and I think I would be one of the most frustrated coaches. But you look at someone like Douse and Sam Vesti here at Saints, they're just really analytical. I couldn't stand all that analysis.
You haven't got the patience for that.
Nah, I haven't. No. And it's just like,
if anything, you'd see the team come off an annoying loss and go, I'm right, lads, I'm putting the boots on next week. I've had enough of this.
I'd get frustrated, yeah, because I am quite short and quite angry. I think coaching's. I did some when I went back to London Welsh, and I helped out Kai Griffiths and Will Taylor. That was quite good.
Yeah.
Lads working in the city. Like they come down.
Is that like Nick Scott? Was Nick Scott there?
Scott,
yeah.
He basically lives in the ship.
Yeah. He's a guy I'm tight with. He's pretty epic on Instagram. Again, a guy on.
Oh, is that him? That's him. Thanks for mentioning me.
There you go. Yeah. Nick Scott just dropped me a message. He's a keen follower, but yeah, he's a great guy. Was Barks there as well?
Barks was there. Barks quite keen on a night out.
Yeah.
It was quite a.
I quite enjoyed Ollie Barkley's appearance in the Georgie Stout calendar, I have to say.
Oh, yeah? There's a few of them in there. Haskell loved that.
Here we go.
Of course he did.
Phillips was probably gutted. He never got to
go. Which Phillips?
Ollie.
He was in it, wasn't he?
Was he?
I think he did one, maybe.
Oh, mate, I would have paid that geezer about 50p to get his rig out.
I don't think they probably know they got paid, did they?
Oh, mate, they used to get paid stacks.
What, for the calendar?
Yeah.
Did they?
You get paid about 10 grand.
Do you actually mind if I plug that? My calendar will be coming out for Christmas, available at Christmas.
Great.
So
was it taken pre-COVID or?
It's been a mixture of pre and during and post.
So getting.
I haven't brought in a professional photographer. It's just me with my phone. It gets sort of more loose, I would say, the further you go into the year.
The more wine you've drunk.
Yeah.
I was going to say, is it not just sort of the course of one evening out over 12 months?
There is January it is like that. There's loads of photos of me on the lash on January, but then February and March were quite depressing months for me. So there's quite a sad black and white photo of me, just in a fireman outfit that I found that I once wore in Infernos. But yeah, you can guys just go to my Instagram page and the link's there. But can order now. Great for mums, dads, and just guys who just love a bit of chat.
I should imagine there's quite a few.
Yeah. It's a money spinner. Just part of AC Limited.
Owen Franks, look at the state of him.
How is he still there?
Mate, he's like, looks like a farm strength, doesn't he? I mean, he couldn't lift anything in the gym. He's on those, the rack of weights that goes like this, tiny little ones. He'll be using them, but then he'd manhandle you on the pitch.
Yeah.
Fuck you around. So I'm sorry, the noise is about to go up. Becky's just come in the kitchen.
Oh, good. Well, that's it wouldn't be a hot mic session without a hot Becky. See what I did there?
That's it. That's what you get.
Except she's freezing. She's got 3 jumpers on.
This surely is going to be a bit of some points here.
Yeah, Saints 19th phase now, knocking on the door here.
Oh, you Saints. Excellent.
For those people that are watching via HotMic who are just wondering, there's probably a little bit of a delay from our screen to yours, so I'll just give you a bit of a clock counter to try and sync when we get up to 18 minutes. 18 minutes in about 20 seconds time, just under. I'll just give you a clock count if you want to pause your TV so that you're in sync with us. We're on 17:51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 18 minutes. So hopefully that might have helped you get in sync, pause your TV and make sure that that you're watching along with us as Saints come through their 24th phase into 25th phase now. Exeter Chiefs, white wall of defence, and then the turnover from Thomas Francis. My goodness.
He basically just fell over there, didn't he, and nicked the ball?
Yeah.
I'm looking at this and I fancy my chances of getting into the Northampton team. I've got to be honest. You've probably got some contacts up there. You could pull some strings. You could act as my agent.
We try and get you a run out during the week.
You can give me. I'll give you 10%. Okay, I'll give you 25%. Just let's make it happen.
Okay.
I could play 12. I mean, I'm not going to knock Bigger off. He's an international, but I could definitely go and do a job at 12. I'd be like a more exciting George Ford. Just better chat, better hair.
Bigger.
Yeah, bigger. Oh.
If you could beat anyone in the Premiership, obviously you're better than a few of them, but
yeah, of course.
If you could beat anyone in the Premiership, who would it be?
Probably Cipriani. I've always fancied getting with a grandmother, and I think that is definitely sits. I admire him for that. I'm actually quite jealous. It's something I haven't ticked off my list. You don't get a lot of grandmothers at Infernos, unfortunately.
Are you confusing him with Wayne Rooney there?
Wetter, our hooker, once got with a grandmother, but she was actually a member of staff. She worked in the ladies' loo, and they had a lovely relationship for a couple of weeks. But then she had to move back to Rochdale, so that never worked out, unfortunately. But he was bouncing off having a divorce. He was going through a terrible divorce at the time. Because unfortunately on tour he cheated on his wife, and at the time we thought it was funny posting all the videos on the rugby group, but then it came out and obviously he's gone through a terrible time. He's actually put a lot of weight on, and I don't think he'll play this season. He's in terrible nick, physically and emotionally, so yeah, it's not great.
Lines.
That was
Furbank. I fancy myself, but me and Furbank are probably getting quite well.
What? Just because you got both dodgy top lips, or?
Yeah, we just got top lip banter, great lids, and we probably both look great in a pinstripe suit.
Very true. I can imagine that. What's your week been like this week then? Have you just been?
A lot of meetings, I'm back on the Northern Line, which is great fun.
Oh.
Yeah, the Northern Line is one of my highlights of London for me.
Nick loves the Northern Line.
Yeah, it's one of the busiest.
Nick, it'd be great. I mean, hopefully we'll bump into each other. I'm sure you'll come to Clapham Common. I'll jump on, and I do a lot of business networking on the Tube. You find around, between sort of Clapham Common and London Bridge, there's a lot of good individuals that come on there. And
do you tend to do your negotiations and sort of deals with one earphone in, like, or maybe even both still in?
Yeah, but both. I always keep my earphones in, no matter what. And that's actually a thing I do in the office, and actually when I'm with clients.
Yeah.
So it means that I can talk to them, but also take calls.
Yeah. And actually pretend you're just not listening to them.
Yeah, exactly. And I really do enjoy. Sometimes it's brilliant because you can really have a loud conversation with your earphones, or going through London Bridge, Tube, train station. I think people really enjoy listening to me talk about business and large amounts of money.
Just picking up some tips.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like a walking podcast, really, like a walking business podcast.
What would be your, given we're watching two high performing teams here, what would be your 3 tips to high performance in business?
I mean, I run a course called the AAA, Triple B, Triple C, and I would always say the 3 C's are key to being successful in anything, any walk of life. It's the 3 C's that Dylan Hartley doesn't have. I said at the beginning of the game, the chassis, the chat, and that equals coin. Always think appearance is key. I meet a businessman, basically, when when I first met you, I could tell you were successful, even before I came and saw your kitchen. Because you're in great shape.
Yeah.
Nick, how did you get into commentary?
Through
Basically started wearing T-shirts like that, and then they said, right, he's got to be behind the camera.
through sheer bloody mindedness is the short version. I was trying to be an actor for 10 years, but who'd do that? So,
So awful money, I hear. Actually, we did have Jeremy Irvine on the podcast recently, who was in Mamma Mia 2 and was the lead in War.
He's like a real
War. Yeah, A-lister. Yeah, the A-listers are rolling in, Maisie.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
how is the pod?
It's great. It's great, Nick. I'll plug it here. The Rig Biz podcast. It's just we talk business, banter, and beers, I guess. All the 3 Bs. But yeah, we've actually got Max Evans coming on in a couple of weeks.
Are you going to ask him about those photos?
Oh, I'll be talking to him exclusively about his plank competition. That looked like a great prize. Yeah. He won, and also, did you see the video of him eating ice cream?
I saw a few videos of him, but he wasn't.
I can show you if you want, Maisie. Obviously, I won't put it on here.
Yeah.
But I'll just so you just for reference. For
your eyes only. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll probably commentate on the video and the game.
Yeah, liken it to something that's happening on the field.
Yeah.
Which for Northampton is absolutely nothing. Oh yeah, I didn't realise it was ice cream. I got just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's that one as well.
This is good viewing, chaps.
Oh god, yeah.
So can't wait for that.
So that's going to be quite an interesting podcast.
Yeah, it will be.
Are you going pretty direct?
Yeah. I'm going to ask. I mean, I've also got a brother that is people do say is sort of a better looking version of me, which is hard to believe. Okay. Called Hector, and so me and Max probably have quite a lot of similarities. Hector also played rugby for Cambridge, got his Cambridge Blue.
Did he?
Yeah. We haven't got the same mothers, just so you know.
Right.
I mean, I call him my brother, but he always corrects me and says I'm his half brother.
You should get into it pretty quickly, man.
Yeah. Well, he's now married with a kid. I mean, who would do that?
Yeah. Rugrats. Mind you offered to put it like TV down.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I'm like a fun uncle, but I just not ready for the commitment. My commitment is my work.
Yeah. And your rugby.
And Dubai.
Dubai.
Yeah. I love traveling to Dubai. Yeah. It's the best place to go.
Have you been to Dubai Sevens?
I haven't yet.
It is.
Loose?
It's good.
It's got to be Premier League chat, right?
Yeah, and that's the Champions League chat, and that's I need to get there. Hopefully, Maisie, maybe you'll take me.
Mate, I'll tell you. You can come in and join in Jack team. The actually, I'm probably old enough.
How old are you?
35.
Yeah, I'm considerably younger than that.
Yeah. So, funnily enough, I am.
In my early 30s.
Yeah.
Who plays in that team? Any legends?
Mate, so there's three rugby union players. Myself, Dean Schofield, and Mark Quaker.
Oh yeah.
I'm the only Southerner, and with Martin of Fire, but he's team manager, and then the rest of the leagueies. So like Paul Sculthorpe, Jason Robertson.
Really?
Yeah. You've commentated those sevens tournaments though, haven't you, Nick?
Yeah.
There's so much peacocking in my whole life.
Oh, it's amazing.
And the thing is, it sounds great, but I find Northerners very hard to understand.
You'd find Wiganers even harder to understand.
Yeah, it's not a night I've ever. It's not something I've got ticked off to go to Wigan. Good night.
Oh mate, I've never been to Wigan. I nearly signed for Wigan Rugby League.
Did you really?
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah. Nearly signed, and I was so tempted.
You're probably a good size for league, wouldn't you be? Sort of, close to the ground and all that.
No, mate, I got on the team. So I went to Penny Hill Park. They were playing against the London Broncos. Went to Penny Hill Park, and I was that close to saying I wanted to do it. I went on their team bus from Pennyhill Park to the Stoop where they were playing. It was amazing. Like it was almost they're more like French crowds or football crowds. So compared when you're coming from Newcastle, where it's a lot more, placid in terms of the level of support, mate, it would have been awesome. We should look back and go.
Is it? Am I right in saying that most people who support the Newcastle Union team all sort of have southern accents?
There's a lot of people that
they basically own the land in Newcastle. They're the landowners.
They're the landowners. I think the Duke of Northumberland's got a pretty southern accent.
Yeah.
If I'm
Guys, this is quite a boring game. I'm not gonna.
Well, we're basically waiting for Saints to see if they can actually convert any of these opportunities they've had. They've just got a penalty from the scrum, so just past the 27-minute mark. Can they get a score on the board? Given they've been up in and around the 22 for about the last 15 minutes.
Do you know what? I think
here they go.
No chance.
Door shutting on Bigger.
Yeah, see, I would have passed that.
Wide?
Yeah, I would have passed it. That would have probably been a try.
Some shocking hands.
Yeah.
I think this says a lot about Exeter. 14 points ahead of on the Premiership. For a team like that's disrespectful to say for a team like this to turn up, because they're all great players and there's internationals all over the shop, but this is their second string and they're doing a job on a Saints team that need this win. Properly doing a job on them. Like Saints don't even look like scoring at the moment.
No.
My suspicion is, and I don't know, but I'm guessing maybe what's happened is Dylan Hartley's gone in there pre-match and tried to do a speech and it's just gone tits up. I mean, his chat is sort of known to be that bad that they've come out and they're actually like demoralised. They're like, I can't be bothered. That was so bad.
Oh, Henry Taylor fancy to go himself.
Yeah.
That's how close they got.
Oh, big lads.
Oh,
Ratuni Irawara, not a chance.
Oh, that's a try.
Yeah, he's in.
Yeah.
Big Dave.
Finally, they get one.
14-7.
Mate, good work. Good work. I'd love it.
Simon Greenhill's offering to take you out in Halifax, Tom.
What's that?
Simon Greenhill is on HotMic. He's offering to take you out in Halifax for a northern night out, I think.
Oh, mate. I mean, he has been wearing a Halifax top all the way through COVID.
You've been doing your fitness sessions, haven't you?
He's either got 7 or he's got a Ming in 1. He's done pretty well, actually. He's been joining me for some fitness in the mornings. He's lost 1.5 stone.
Yeah, it's impressive. I mean, maybe will his sort of shirt numbers now go up in size as he can fit into some of the back clothes?
I think maybe he's got at least 2 Halifax tops because he had one on. He had one on 11 today.
Is the aim to be able to fit into a 12, then a 10, then a 9?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
he's been doing brilliantly.
No, good old Simon.
But I'm not going out in Halifax.
Where is it? I don't even know where Halifax is. I thought it was a bank.
Yeah. Are they still in existence?
I'm not even sure. I don't even know. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, well, my mortgage is with them, so they better be.
Oh, right. They are still around. I'm Coots.
Yeah,
Coots, yeah. And I don't have a mortgage. I'm very fortunate. My dad pays my rent. This means I have more cash to entertain clients. Sensible option.
Yeah, it's the right call.
Oh. Oof. Wow, this guy looks very young. He looks quick. He's
come from Newcastle.
He looks like
Simon Gagan.
Oh,
he's got quick hair. Oh, Simon Gagan, one of my favourite players of all time.
Oh, look, you got to have that prop.
Oh, hello. Here we go.
Hello.
Oh, wheels.
Still got work to do though. Oof. Who was that? Hendrickson.
Oh.
It's a beautiful passing by Alec Hepburn going on out there.
Oh,
Dolman's lost it.
See, I would have a go at that guy. Awful hand. Here's Tash Banter.
There's definitely a lot of George Curzons going on. That's
the problem. He's too old to be doing that. I'd have goose stepped.
That's not.
Steenson looks like he might be. Oh no, he's just protecting himself, is he?
He's just doing 10. initial.
If he was a bit knocked out for a minute.
Yeah, the floor.
What was that?
That was horrible, but he's ended up with the Saints ball, isn't it? I know they managed to keep it. Alex Hepburn. Alex Hepburn
Yeah.
play Aussie rules. He has got the most ridiculous left foot for a prop I've ever seen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Shit.
Am I right in saying? I mean, again, look, I don't know about club rugby. I'm more an international man, but is it props get paid the most in the team?
Yeah, tight heads.
So that's what I'm going to do. I think when I have my first of 4 boys, when I do settle down, I'm definitely. I think one of them I'm going to keep in a cage and just rattle them up, feed them a lot, and turn them into a prop.
Mm.
And then that's an investment really
for later life.
Yeah, the one I'll keep and I'll cushion him. I'll give him everything. I'll give him I'll give fake tan. I'll make him look good. He'll build 10. Then the other 2, I want to go work in the city in investment banking. But the 2 of the 4 will be professional rugby players.
What if you have any girls, Arch?
I haven't crossed that bridge. I hear if you do doggy style, it's almost impossible to have a girl.
Right.
So I think when I do meet the lucky lady, I'll just ensure that when we are trying to have children, we'll just keep it doggy style.
Right.
To make sure that we just have boys.
Just heirs to the cousin throne.
Yeah, and then look, if I'm lucky enough and my dad passes away and I inherit all the family money, then she can go on top and we can have our 5th, and that can be a girl. No
sure,
problem.
That's very thoughtful of you.
Yeah. I thought about it. It's a 5 to 6 year business plan as I see it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of science in this, by the way. Just.
I've researched it. I googled it.
Well, don't let the truth get in the way, right?
39 phases in the opposition 22 for Northampton.
Isn't that amazing?
7 points.
That's an incredible stat.
And
they look at them; they're absolutely blowing.
Aren't they?
You're giving it absolutely everything. It's like running into a brick wall.
Are you not?
No.
Why not?
Because anyone with anything to do with rugby is not allowed to bet. Ask Rob Howley.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Luckily, I'm not anything to do with rugby. So if I was a betting man, I'm going to put Northampton to win this.
Really?
Yeah, just get great odds. It's high risk, high reward.
Not if he keeps putting kicks in.
The number 14 looks injured.
I think he's just had a good COVID. It never strikes me as a winger, Tuala. I can understand him at fullback or maybe as a 12. He doesn't, as a wing, he doesn't. I don't really get it.
Yeah, I would agree. He was basically chatting to Luke Pearce all the way through that, saying, "I managed to get in and get my hands on him, so why didn't I get the penalty?" It's like, well, you were cleared out within half a second, so good luck with that.
I think they've got some good wingers, Northampton. Tom Collins is class. Naya Raboro is something I do not want to get in my defensive vision ever.
Oh no!
What would you try and do?
Interestingly, I was going to say that all those guys you just mentioned all were made by doing doggy style. So you just asked them. But what were you going to ask? Sorry, mate.
I was going to ask how you would try and tackle with someone of your size that's been trimming down over the
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not much of a tackler. I'm more of a playmaker. I very much like the analogy I use in the city. I'm not the guy that melts the phone. I'm the guy that does the meeting and does the opportunity.
Talking of which, this is the guy.
He's not a winger.
He's a winger.
Oh my God, that is. He's got a very wobbly chassis.
No, mate, he's lost weight since he's gone to Saints.
Oh,
imagine trying to tackle him. I think I've got a funny feeling if he was trying to go around you on the outside, he might straighten up.
Well, you've seen me. You've seen me in my elements, working out. I think I'd slow him down. What I think is if you were playing inside me, matey, I'd slow him down and I'd let you take it. Yeah.
Someone like that, they have to try and get him in the game. What was it? Was it the last game that we did, Nick? And they just used him. And you know what's coming. You can't stop it.
Yeah.
The players like that, you just have to get him in. I don't know whether Tuala was injured, but
Yeah, they were certainly using it as best they could. But then it was interesting seeing, the stuff on the Quins game at the weekend, where they switched Marcus Smith onto the flank so that they could put Will Evans in the 10 channel to stop the big pick that was coming, or the big run of Naira Vora that was coming around the corner, and Saints ended up changing their tactic. So it was a nice bit of thinking from Paul Gustard. You must know Guzzy. You must have bumped into him since he's been working at Quins, Archie.
Look, I can't mention too much, but me and Gussie are in constant contact. There was chat. Obviously, Kersey's a very good friend of mine.
Yeah,
I've talked about when COVID was happening, maybe to come bring me in a capacity of coaching, but maybe to sort of be a backup to Marcus, who's a young guy who Kersey said that he probably learned quite a lot from me.
Just to bring some fresh ideas. Nick Evans probably gone a bit stale there.
Yeah. I mean, he's Nick Evans is a thing of the past. I'm still playing. I'm still mixing it up on the field. Semi-pro, granted, but that toughens you up, as you're probably aware. You must have commentated in some pretty big semi-pro rugby matches.
Yeah, certainly a few of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
The championship springing to mind.
Yeah. I was actually just thinking.
Oh, no, here you are. You've got a decent run on here, Arch.
I've got to say, I'm a big fan of Furbank. I think just purely for his look, I want them to win.
Yeah. As good a reason as any.
Do you think he'll get picked in the England squad?
Furbank.
Really, because my family friends with his family. Oh, yes. Is that Mitchell? I know it's
Taylor.
I was gassed.
Oh.
Yeah, he's done.
Has he got a celebration? I always have a celebration.
You can't be blowing that out and not celebrate. That's a good try from them.
Did you see the bit though? I wonder if they'll show it on the replay. As he's starting to run alongside him, he's got a look at his face of, "Oh, are you serious? I've got to keep up with you because I've got to be an option." Look at him. He's there, and then he's like, "Oh, really?
Oh my God!"
Okay.
Who's number 2?
Fish. It's a great name, James Fish.
I think I find it quite hard to play in this game because there's no crowd. And I'm a guy. Yeah, I need ask anyone. You see me in Infernos. I need an audience to do my best work.
I think that's affected Saints during lockdown. You don't really get them losing at home. Not certainly on a run of form like they're on at the moment.
Is it?
Yeah. It's unbelievable. We'll go up there one day. We'll go up there. We'll obviously be in a box.
Yeah. I could say.
Bigger.
I wouldn't want to do it with the
What's he done there?
That's a great line bust.
Yeah.
And Henry Taylor, I tell you what, talk to young kids about doing that all the time. The ball carrier's in the front, sitting behind and wait until the ball carrier makes a decision on which side he's going, then go the other way.
Yeah.
That's brilliant from him. Truck and trailer. Matt Savasi loves it. I'm glad he's not got a hairdo like his brother. The Saints atmosphere, mate, unbelievable. The pitch is ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't realise that everyone says that it's the best pitch in the Premiership.
Mind-blowing, mate. It's awesome. A bit of a slope, granted, but from left to right as we look at it here, quite a substantial slope.
Really?
Yeah. But the grass is unreal. Piggy Powell, remember him?
No.
Piggy Powell used to be the groundsman, been there for years. He was like part of the furniture. If you were on the pitch during the week, you basically have license to smack you with a plank of wood. It's unreal. Like
whatever you're into, I guess.
Yeah, you had your clothes on, mate.
Yeah, all right.
That is
there was a massive late hit there.
Yeah.
More importantly, what's the nightlife like in Northampton?
Oh, Becky, what's that nightclub in Northampton?
It's probably, is it like one of these ones called Faces or Eden?
Auntie Ruth's. Auntie Ruth's.
Ridiculous, not heaven. Oasis.
It's not great.
Where's Oasis?
There might be an Oasis sort of Croydon way or something.
Oh, grungy.
Croydon. I'm guessing, is that near Halifax?
Closer to Clapham.
Oh, is it? Wow.
Croydon's near.
Heaven is where Crystal Palace Football Club is, mate.
I'll take you to Palace one day.
Maisie, honestly, I'll tell you now, I really don't like Kevball. It's not for me. I just, don't have any interest in football whatsoever.
You will love football at Selhurst Park.
Next, the second sport that I like after rugby is fencing.
Oh, right.
Yeah, bloody good sport. It's just someone should invest in that.
Everyone's knocked it on half time.
JJ Thomas, wasn't it?
And do you think the millions of people watching this have enjoyed that first half?
No. I mean,
I think it got a bit more interesting, certainly.
When Saints decided to turn up.
Yeah.
They can't be happy though, can they? Like,
Josh Simmons is asking, by the way.
Basically going, this is ridiculous. We've won this league already.
Yeah, certainly if they win tonight, then they've got semi-final guaranteed.
There was a point in time where I actually started to think Bristol would be in with a shout. I'm just not sure they've got the experience at that top level where Exeter, they just know what they're doing, don't they? In any scenario, they know what they're doing. And they're not even got Jack Noel, Henry Slade. Do you know what I mean? Simmons, both of them.
It is the slight worry that actually it demonstrates how much of a two-team league we've got. I mean, so talk to me again after the semi-finals. But yeah, you do sense that by the time Exeter get to the final, there's going to be nobody to stop them, really. But I guess once Bristol get a little bit more familiar with how they're going to use Semi Randrandra, which is probably no different to how they're using him now, they might pull off a surprise or two, I guess. But what was the final score in the Bristol Worcester game earlier? I've not caught up with that.
Get it up on
Twitter. What about Bath? Where are they? Thereabouts?
They're around 5th, 6th. Where are we? Yeah, so Bristol smashed Worcester in the end. Bath are currently 5th. Bristol closing the gap marginally on Exeter. There's still 11 points between them before the conclusion of this one. You've got Northampton in 6th. Harlequins probably adrift on 37. So the likes of Chris Robshaw, Danny Kerr, those boys Joe Marler might be eyeing up an early autumn holiday, perhaps. Maybe Dubai.
Can you go to Dubai? Is that on the quarantine list?
I think you can go to Dubai. You just have to have a COVID check before you go in.
I thought you were going to say salary check.
Probably.
But
I mean, it's pretty obvious if you're turning left.
Yeah.
Is the COVID check for Dubai and a thermometer up the old?
I had one.
That sounds like the initiation for the Falcons.
Well, count me in.
maybe I won't talk about that.
What? Because
I started to go down a route. It was a hole I didn't want to go down.
Now Maisie is head coach of the Clapham Falcons, and obviously we don't know when we're going to have our first game. We're sort of in pre-season.
We're in stage 3 contact training.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I was saying to Maisie, once we do have our first game, then he has to do the initiation, which is it's a toothbrush up the arse. You sing you pull your trousers down, toothbrush up the arse. You sing the national anthem, and then you do 3 bum funnels.
Wow.
Which is where I'll probably go first because I'm captain. I squat over you, my trousers down, and let a Guinness go down my back through my arse and into your mouth. And then probably Wetter, although he won't play, but he's a mess.
He's the hooker,
so,
right?
Yeah. And then
he's going to be there.
Yeah, no, I'll bring him in just for bum. He probably won't play, but he's a brilliant bum funneler.
Brilliant.
We'll get him in. So that's something to look forward to. Probably January. So get yourself ready for a big.
I look forward to seeing the highlights on the gram. Josh Simmons, in the meantime, on YouTube, was asking Archie, what is your favourite tube station? I mean, you were discussing the Northern Line earlier, but have you got a particular favourite?
Great question. For me, it's plain simple. I love the hustle and bustle of Clapham Common at 7:30 pre-COVID. It was just about being aggressive. You could just see that the guys who got on the tube played rugby. And it was, and for me, it's difficult because I have all my stuff. I have my briefcase, I have my gym bag, and then I have my kettlebell bag. So I have a lot of stuff to get on, but I just barged my way in there. And to be honest, I can't hear people complaining because I've got the noise cancellation in my earphones. So they can complain all they want. But at the end of the day, I'm CEO of Clapham. I'm getting on. That's one thing I would introduce if I could, as the CEO Clapham, is first class travel on tubes. And I'd pay that. I'd pay for that.
And what would be the improvements?
It would be leg room and a waiter as I go.
Oh, right.
I'd love to get a flat white as I get travel into the city.
Yeah.
And just someone to take my bags for when I arrive at the tube station, down the lift, down the escalator, and sort of speedy boarding.
Speedy boarding on the tube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
nice.
working on.
Following our chat with Simon Greenhill earlier, he's come through on HotMic to say, loving the chat, boys. Hoping to join Clapham Falcons with my weight loss. Looking to slot in an inside centre alongside Archie. It'll be like Ford Manu dream team.
Simon, Greenie, that is something that you're more than welcome to kind of pre-season. It's not just about your rig, mate. It is about your chat. So just be warned.
I mean, he's actually got pretty good chat, but half the time you don't know what he's saying.
Oh, why? Because he's not.
Well, because he's not.
It's going to be difficult for you, but yeah.
He said something earlier on today. I was with a group of like 9 or 10 of us, and he said something in his Halifax accent, and the rest of us thought he'd said something else, and we all started laughing. And he said, "What? No, I didn't." I mean, imagine you were. Yeah,
I mean, look, I'm sure he's a good guy. He could be an impact player. I mean, Maisie's head coach. You should be asking him. My dad pays Maisie's salary for head coach because my dad owns the Clapham Falcons. I think actually Maisie's got a tighter relationship with my dad than I do, which is disturbing. Who's that? This is the
Bristol game. Pat Lamb, what a player he was. Played with him at Newcastle. Inside ball from a prop.
Is he a good guy? Good guy.
Pat Lamb, yeah. He's a top bloke. But oh my God, he was a player as well. As in, not on a night out, on the field. Great player.
Mate, I imagine you get this the whole time, but obviously people must ask you all the time. But what was Wilkinson like? Because I've heard he's pretty boring.
Mate, he was very intense about what he was doing. So he was set on what he wanted to do, where he wanted to get to. Actually, when you're younger and you're like I was a 20-year-old in Newcastle.
Yeah.
Probably could have taken 1 or 2 leagues out of it.
Yeah.
But I think probably he would have maybe readdressed the balance if he had a second go. Because he damaged himself from being so intense, like operations on his groin.
Do you think me and him would get on well?
I actually think you might really like him. I think you might hate him.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry, mate.
No, that's okay. That's fine. I mean, I'm going to disagree. I always thought me and Wilco would get on really well.
It takes different strokes, right?
Similar kicking stats.
And so, I've got to say, I love Wilkinson with his long hair. Like I'm going for a long lid these days.
What about his beard at the moment?
Is he? I haven't
a full beard.
Is he? Are you in any WhatsApp groups with him, or is he?
No, just like one, like direct.
Direct.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for you to go to the loo, and then I'm going to go rifle through your phone.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say this kitchen is phenomenal.
Thanks, mate.
So how much were you on at Toulon?
Oh, it was about 400 grand.
Wow, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's kind of where I want to get to next year.
I wish.
No question of that. Neil Whitelock says, Archie, most of us City boys are at our desk by 7:30, not just leaving home.
Oh, great.
What, he's still working COVID?
What? Sorry, what was it? So can you ask it again?
Neil Whitelock says most of us City boys are at our desk by 7:30, not just leaving home.
Totally understand that, but like I'm not most City boys. I don't need to. Unfortunately, I don't need to do the grafting. It comes very natural. I mince in at sort of 9 a.m. I pick up the phone and deal's done by 10, and then I'm off to the Ned for a little champagne breakfast. Back at lunch, I'll probably do another deal. It's not about melting the phones. It's about having good conversations, and, good handshakes, and having a decent business card.
Yeah, you get on well in Japan with a decent business card.
Oh, yeah. Mate, I tell you, for everyone watching, you have to go and follow that Instagram account about Shibuya Junction. What is it? Lost in Shibuya.
I don't know which one. I'm not.
You know, in Japan where you just find Japanese people just lying around the floor.
Oh yeah.
They're absolutely steaming.
Yeah.
That was one of the big memories I had from going over to Japan.
Yeah, their city boys don't stop. They fall over when they stop, and then get up again and go to a hotel, go to a sleep pod for about 3 hours, and then go back in the office.
One of the strangest things ever.
Did you guys do a sleep pod out there?
Yeah.
Any good?
Small. And I'm not the tallest bloke on the planet.
No, but you're wide.
I'm quite wide.
You've got girth.
I just shuffled in there. I had to turn the sort of aircon on in this thing. And it's just like a curtain at the end of this tube, basically.
But then can't you hear, I remember you saying, can't you hear like other people sort of wheezing their way into theirs? Yeah.
Snoring, farting. You know, it's just, I mean, it was 20 quid.
Are you big into your sleep, Maisie?
I quite like to sleep.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're nearly at his bedtime.
Nick finds it hilarious because he'll text me about 9 o'clock and say, "Oh, can we just have a quick chat on the phone?" I'm like, "No, I've just put my head down." He's like,
how many hours of sleep do you get a night?
So I when I was playing, I didn't get up till about 7. Now I get up at 5:30.
Yeah, because I see you do that stuff on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always the first Instagram story of the day. He's done
While you're sleeping, mate, I'm training.
You what?
While you're sleeping, I'm training.
Yeah, exactly. He's done.
Doggo Wilson.
Mate, he is actually. I think you may have just made his year by mentioning him. I will not hear. Doggo. Who is he? He used to be a pro golfer at Warwickshire Golf Club, and is basically now garbage. And it breaks him that it's garbage.
So garbage that he's having to train with you regularly.
So, yeah, exactly. So before COVID, he reckoned he hadn't run for 15 years.
What?
Wow. Yeah, mate. And I was like, well, if you're coming out with me, we're running.
Yeah.
And now he's like well into it. That's quite interesting about. I always get asked that. Well, why are you always training? Well, you've got 2 ways of going, haven't you? When you finish playing professional sport, you either don't train at all.
Yeah.
You get like Sean Perry, who's rotund.
Is he?
Or you go the other way.
Or Goody.
Or Goody, who has photos with subways and things like that. And then, or you go the other way and you just stay on top of it.
Are you pointing at me?
Yeah.
I was going to say, you either go this way because look how good Maisie looks in the t-shirt. That's where you want to be on a night out.
This is where, so you just nick this out of your
10-year-olds. You think this is a large, but it's actually a small. And it's impressive.
Yeah. I mean, it is all about the size of the t-shirt you buy rather than the amount of reps you do.
Or which one of your own kids you nick it off.
Yeah.
And it's a good brand as well. If you can't see, it's a Hilfiger.
Yeah.
And it actually fits well in the kitchen.
Tony Hilfiger.
This is real marble as well.
This is real marble, yeah.
I just bit it, and it is real marble.
Yeah, good. It's not ruined your teeth, has it?
No. Well, I'm in the middle of getting some work done on them, just because
you haven't done that.
I can't sleep at night.
The
abuse is getting so much. I'm having I've got Invisalign.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, from a guy, a dentist on Bond Street.
Becky's banging on about Invisalign.
Becky, 20% off. 20% off. Don't even worry about people watching this live. Let's talk business. Maisie, I'm got a guy called Charlie Dr. Steer. If you're watching Charlie Dr. Steer, great guy. Book it in.
Steersy?
Steersy, yeah.
Of course.
If I didn't have a teammate called this, I would have called him No Chat Pat.
Who's this guy?
This is Marlon Yard.
Mate,
he's a bit of a beast. Oh. I know who he is.
Did you watch that boxing the other day? Dillian White against
Povetkin, yeah.
Oh.
I didn't watch it, but I saw that Povetkin won.
Spellman.
Here we go.
And it's Premier League football back tomorrow, isn't it?
Is it? It's back tomorrow.
Or is it international break?
Nick, do you just do rugby or do you do football
No, I've not done football. I've got no interest in it because there'd be that moment in the game where someone gently touches someone else with the side of their shorts, and you'd have to have that irritating conversation with your co-com. Well, he had the right to go down there. What, the right to cheat? Just rubbish. I couldn't get on board with it.
What other sports have you done?
I did a bit of championship cycling, European Championship cycling, time trial stuff.
Track cycling?
No, it was time trial road cycling in Glasgow. I did that for Eurosport year before last, 2018. And I was like, I'm not really into my cycling, but I'll have a go. And luckily was told, well, there'll be 30 riders that go out a minute apart. So the first one goes out, you talk a few stats about them, see them pass their first little sort of time check. And by the time you talk them out, the second one's ready to come out. You do that. By the time the first 30 have come out, then the front bloke's going past the kind of halfway point, and it kind of sorts itself out. So I described my ability on it as a bit like babysitting. I did an adequate job. The house didn't burn down, but I'm not sure that they would have been asking me back. But it was.
I watched the Tour de France today. I had that on when I was working, and
busy day for me.
Yeah, tennis is the big one I want to get onto.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to have some quick words for that.
Well, sort of, but then you've also got the opportunity to just be a bit Barry Davis and ultimately at the end of a 25-shot rally, just go, oh! And that's all you need.
Wheels.
He's quick, isn't he?
Oh, Flaherty.
Do you know what we should try and get going? Is like a race between the quickest players in the Premiership.
Yeah, I know. Those should be done.
League ones,
like an NFL trial thing.
Yeah.
Like the old Habana against the cheetah.
I know a VC that would be interested in investing in that. So.
Oh, hello! Hutchinson Sue. Support line bigger.
Oh, this is champagne.
That's great.
I hate to be that guy at the end of the move that messes it up.
Would you assume they got a bit of bollocking at half time?
He's in! Oh my God! What a score!
Guys, it's my first time ever commentating a game, but I did say that Northampton would win. And yeah.
Unfortunately, you didn't put that bet on.
No, I didn't.
No, and you've also got 38 minutes to see that through, but otherwise, spot on.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it looks like he's going to.
I will say that Maisie's house is amazing, but the 4G here is not great.
Oh no, you're in the dungeon right now.
Oh right, so yeah, I can't even get onto my bank to put down a big bet on this. I don't even know if I'd be allowed to in your presence, would I?
Oh, no. Let's not try it.
No.
That's a great try. I reckon they've got an absolute killing in the changing room.
Is this guy quite young?
Dave Ribbons. I don't know actually.
I do feel sorry for people who are like front row locks. I mean,
we said this the other day. Why would you want to be a front row? What's the fun bit?
I think you're born into that. I don't know many good-looking front rows. Who's your top three best-looking front rows?
Top three best-looking front rows. Nick, you got to join this.
Sauce?
Top three what? Best-looking front rows?
Yeah. Brooks?
No.
Not Kieran Brooks.
No.
He looks
It was pointed out to me many years ago by Laura Slater, who used to look after a few of the boys on a PR front. She said to me, next time you see Joe Marler, have a look at his eyes. He's got very pretty blue eyes. And he has.
There you go.
As for the rest of him,
he can go in the top three. He looked massive the other day when we did that Sarries game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put James Fisher.
Who's the best looking player you ever played with? Or coached.
But no one asked you.
Who did Becky say?
Johnny Wilkinson. Shut up.
Yeah, but Johnny's chat let him down. I mean, he immediately just slipped off the top of the chart immediately.
Mate, it was embarrassing. I took Becky to Penny Hill Park for afternoon tea once.
Oh.
And do you know what? The worst thing that would happen right now is that Wilco would walk in because you'd be like, and I looked out the window and there he was, like putting on his, like, because he was doing boxing at the time. So he was putting on his the stuff around your hands.
Yeah.
Gloves on. He was walking in. I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" He came in. I was like, "Hi, mate." And you just see Becky like.
Did she slide off the sofa?
But
that's what I'd be like, to be honest. I don't blame Becky for it. Is he married?
He's married. He's got a kid. As a young.
Has he got a boy?
I'm not sure.
What's it?
I mean, they're all going.
Yeah.
Tom Collins, dad played. Was it his dad or granddad played for Northampton Town Football Club?
Who's this guy?
Piers Francis. I mean, spends a lot of time injured. Decent ball player.
He is, yeah. Nice guy as well. I did a bit of sponsors work with him for NatWest, and he was very pleasant.
He's English, isn't he? But he spent a bit of time in New Zealand.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a bit of a hybrid accent.
What about the ugliest player? Who's the ugliest?
Jamie Noon looks like Ian Dowie.
Yes, he does.
Jamie Noon, yeah. What's he? He's in France now.
He's in France. He's an agent. He can't bet either.
I mean, obviously, you've got a few sort of faces that have had to put up with a fair amount of bashing over the years, like Steve Borthwick's nose is a work of quite something.
Carl Heyman had plastic surgery on his nose.
Did he?
Because it just basically dissolved. I mean,
that was post-play, wasn't it?
Tomas Francis is not doing himself any favours with that lid, is he?
Oh God, yeah.
Wow.
He wouldn't get a decent job in town with that haircut.
No, I mean, what are you going to do when you go into an interview?
Yeah, but look, I mean, his chassis would say it all. He'd be bottom floor, doing the mail.
Oh, free kick saves. He's not bothered about him being at the back of the scrum for that one either. Now in the hands of the big man.
Well, that's not a bad effort from O'Flaherty there.
No, it wasn't. He got one leg, didn't he? Just clung on.
So if Nayara is running like that, you know when he takes that massive step?
Yeah.
I mean, it's very, very easy for me to say this from here.
Yeah.
But if he carried on running at full tilt,
yeah,
you have to think he's carrying more momentum into that contact area than if he takes that step and tries to.
Yeah, he sort of does one step and then change gear. Just bolt for it straight away, mate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what do we know? We're nowhere near 20 stone.
True. It probably needs that step just to remind the rest of his body he's going somewhere.
Yeah.
Nick, who's your favourite person to do commentary with?
Well, he's sat right next to you, Archie. Obviously.
Yeah, apart from me. Oh, sorry.
Probably Mo Hunt, Natasha Hunt, the England women's scrum half. She is excellent. Rory Lawson, who's done a bit of
on our podcast actually.
Who Roars?
Yeah.
He's a good boy. Emily Scarrett, very good. A couple of girls there are very, very good, very analytical, good fun as well. Who else had the good fortune? I'm working with Freddie Burns next week for TalkSport on a Bath game, so looking forward to that.
What about the worst person to do it with? Who would you never do it with again?
I'm trying to think of who I've. There are some people who sort of turned up and they're expecting that their sort of experience as a player is enough without having done any of the prep. I've had a couple of those. I did actually manage to. I handed my co-commentary debuts to both Will Genia and David Pocock. They did their first ever games with me, which was in Singapore in about 2013. That was the World Club Tens.
Oh, that was where London Welsh picked up Piriwiku.
Yes, it was, and unfortunately, where Owen Williams had that horrific neck injury.
Broke his neck, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my! That guy, I've never met a more skillful bloke in my whole life.
Really?
It was unbelievable. Like
all the while whilst built and looking like an Ewok.
All the while like that. Just with a can of lager in the other hand.
Yeah, sorry, I just need to interrupt. On the front row discussion, we have a very fair point from Simon Greenhill. Dimitri Zarzewski.
Great shout.
That's a very
For a guy from Halifax, this guy's got some fairly good chat.
He also says Paul Doran Jones, very cute. I'm not so sure about
that.
I think Dozza's got that. Remember that bloke from Paparazzi with the fake abs? I think Dozza's got them.
that.
Like had sort of ab implants.
He did he did look curiously ripped, didn't he? Even when he also looked quite chunky.
Yeah.
We
trips up to Northampton with Dozza. We were both commuting from London at one point.
Dogger Wilson has joined us.
Oh no, Dogger's in the house. Tell you what, he just wants to concentrate on golf. That bloke.
Sam Gardner's with us as well.
Were you there were you at London Welsh with Gavin Henson?
No, I was in Toulon.
Oh really?
Yeah, he got banged out by Matt Henja. Well, in fact, the last few clubs he had, there was a few people that had a dig at him, weren't there?
Yeah.
Bath. Was it
Ferns?
Ferns?
Yeah.
I mean, you would not want to get clumped by him, would you?
No.
Oh.
I was at London Welsh. I was the stadium announcer there for a couple of years while Tom was playing there, and there was a game when London Welsh were in the Premiership, and where was he playing? And Cipriani was at Sale, and they came down to play a game, and Kevin Spacey came to watch.
Really?
Yeah. And I knew Kevin because a friend of mine had been his PA.
You're not going there, are you?
I'm not going all the way into that story, but I found it quite interesting that Kevin Spacey was there. I saw him and I was just like, "Hey, Kevin!" He clearly knew me, but couldn't remember where from, and had one of those sort of out of context moments. And he just went, "Oh, hi, man." I was just like, "Oh, what brings you to the Kassam today?" And he was like, "Oh,
bowling over there."
He was like, "Oh, I'm here to see Danny." I was like, "Of course you are. He's very pretty, isn't he?" Anyway, that was a curious day.
Kevin Spacey went to the Kassam Stadium.
Yeah.
How weird is that?
Yeah, sensational.
Sips has done it all, hasn't he?
Mate.
He's mates with Oscar-winning actors.
Yeah.
He's Kevin Spacey.
He does that training with is it Laird Hamilton, the surfer? Yeah.
Again, he's another guy I think I'd get on really well with. We're very similar in looks, in style of play.
Mm-hmm.
Do a lot of tricks.
I'm not sure your fashion senses are the same.
No, but he's in Cheltenham, Tom, and my fashion is what people describe my fashion as Chelsea meets Clapham. the two C's.
So what's that, Putney?
Yeah. Nick, please don't bring up Putney in my presence. Putney is full of hockey players with chat.
And go to the Fez Club.
Yeah. Actually, when we had Jeremy Irvine on our podcast, don't know if I mentioned that, a Hollywood actor, he was telling me that Cumberbatch and Huddleston very much their chassis were like hockey players, and he said probably their chat as well. Probably had to take them out.
Oh my God! Did you see that hit?
Yeah,
that was Courtney.
Yeah,
someone.
Just take someone's head off.
I didn't used to like Courtney Lawes, but then he started doing those Dove adverts, and he's really got a sensitive side to him.
Oh no! That pinball try.
If you play for any club now, who would it be?
There's a question.
That is a good question. That's actually like a genuine question.
No, it is. I'm do you know what? Instagram's pushed me into more of a media sort of.
You should move into trying to interview some of the players a little bit more.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you've got your connections to Hask and to Maisie here, but I think
and also Nick Benders did mention my best mate Benders.
Yeah.
I would like another shot.
Why?
Well, it's just for all the reasons that we talked about before. Like when it's full, it's awesome.
But it's in Northampton.
Have you not seen the lift tower?
No, what's the lift tower?
Have you not seen the lift tower next to the stadium? It's a listed building.
Amazing. The furthest I've been out of Clapham is I think I once went to a place called Hendon. So
that's near Saracens.
So yeah, I'm not familiar with Northampton.
That's the part of the Northern Line you get off when you get to Saracens.
If there's a club you didn't play for that you would have liked to play for, Is there any clubs you're nearly going to join?
I nearly went to Leeds.
Oh.
Nearly went to Sale when Philippe Saint-André was there.
Nearly finished at Tigers, didn't you?
Nearly finished at Leicester, yeah.
What about like a Bath?
Hello.
He's got some good. I mean, he's just.
Oh!
How's he got out of that?
That guy's awesome.
Oh!
No. He's got good hands at Alec Baldwin, isn't he? Alec Baldwin. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Probably all these A-list celebs, mate. I just chucked
I've been talking about the kind of guys
sorry,
who pre coming on here and telling me.
Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin, great hands.
Look.
There's Kirsten Dunst.
Oh.
Looking get manhandled. Whoa. Ran in fear away the other way.
Oh.
Is that Dolman guy?
Dolman, I tell you what, so anyone that's watching that doesn't know, he has signed as player coach for Sidmouth RFC.
Yes, he has.
From January the 1st.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. I mean, what a nice way to kind of start to ease back into the armchair.
On TC.
What's wrong with him over there? Why is he upset?
It's obviously hurt his leg, I think.
Did you ever get emotional when you got injured?
I didn't get injured.
No.
Don't get injured with inch-long limbs, mate.
Yeah. Do you still think you could do it out there?
In my mind, yes. Physically, I wouldn't be able to do it.
Which bit of physically?
The hits now.
I was going to say lungs or physical, the impact.
Lungs might be all right. Pace.
Yeah.
I try and do some running in the morning. I'm like, I wonder if I'm being quick here. And I look at my watch. I'm like, no, I'm definitely not being quick. I don't know. Like, I've played in a few like vets games, and so the first few vets games I played in once I'd retired, I get through the hole still.
Yeah.
I still can do. I can still do this. Still, like, I was 38, 39. Now I see those gaps, and I can't get through them.
What about who's the best vet at the moment? And if you play with vets, is there anyone that still could do it? You think
Gordon Darcy,
the guy,
the Irish international.
He's still got it, is he?
Oh my God, yeah, good player.
But how much younger than you would he be?
I reckon he's only a year younger than me.
Oh, really? Is he? I thought he might have been 3 or 4 years.
The guy called Fionn Carr.
Oh yeah.
Played for Connaught.
Was he a 9?
A winger. Blonde, looked like Simon Gagan as well. He now lives in Hong Kong, but he came out of the game and he was just almost unfair because he was still too quick.
this is unfair.
Oh my word!
It's gone from the first dull 20 minutes and now it's actually turning into a bit of a game. Do you know what's really good about these Exeter forwards? As one of them coughs it up, their handling.
Yeah.
Hepburn, not so much Thomas Francis. I haven't seen too much, but as soon as they get, they're ball players, aren't they?
The thing is, Naira has twice tried to get hold of O'Flaherty, and twice O'Flaherty has just gone, no, see you later.
This game reminds me of a week, really. It's like the first half is like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But then the second half is like a thirsty Thursday, a Friday night out. And then hopefully 70 minutes will be a Saturday night, absolutely tearing up Clapham. And sort of 80 minutes is Sunday. You're a bit depressed.
What do you do for your recovery?
A lot of protein shakes, obviously.
Yeah.
And
after a night out?
After a night out, yeah. I take, that's my trick to not getting a hangover. I also
mine's just masturbation and tears.
Yes, I used to do that, but I actually thought I was using quite a lot of energy.
Okay.
You know, I mean, this is probably oversharing, but I don't masturbate anymore. I like to keep like to keep myself pensed and ready to go, and I feel that really gives me a lot of the anxiety I need to, exercise all the deals I do in the city. I do miss it. I do miss it a lot. But it's the sacrifice I've made. But I do a thing called Sunday roast on a Sunday, which is just a quick sort of fitness session out of my garden.
Yeah, you can. The alarm in my face.
No. I saw you being slightly worried there.
Yeah.
All right.
Tom's face was a picture there.
I think I was just about to fall off screen.
That's the same look my father gave me when I told him that I was going on a gap year. And that's why I actually just went straight to university.
Yes.
But yeah, good tip for anyone out there who wants to succeed in the city. Don't masturbate.
Okay, there we go. That's the sort of exceptional chat you're getting here tonight on HotMic with me, Nick Heath, former England centre Tom May, and of course the Chief Chat Officer of Harlequins, of Clapham Falcons. Sure, wherever you fancy. And we're watching Northampton Saints Exeter game. It looks like they're about to make a fair few changes. I mean, Archie, on your sort of treks out and about and up and down Clapham High Street. I mean, the entrance to Inferno's is only a drunken stumble away to the entrance of the Two Brewers, where I might often be on a Saturday night. Have you ever ended up in the wrong venue and caught yourself with your trousers down?
Nick, I've actually been to the Two Brewers. It's a great place for a Sunday lash. Oh shit, it can get loose in there. And actually, straight up, look, I'm giving a lot of the tips in the trade away, but it's a great place to meet women.
Sure.
Because they go there to get away from the attention of straight males, like myself. And again, they give me the same look that Tom just gave me when I arrived in there. It's a sheer disappointment. But after I bought them a few drinks, they seem to sort of warm up.
Great.
But I haven't been for a while. I'm guessing it's a decent night out. I've thoroughly enjoyed it in there.
It is a good night out. I mean, you know, we'd love it to get back to the crowded, sweaty night out that we all preferred it being, much like a night in Inferno's could be. But yeah, they're back to doing cabaret again. They've got the tables back in the venue. I've yet to go since lockdown. But yeah, I wondered if it might have been a second venue on the high street for you on occasion, and glad it's fulfilled your needs.
I once met a guy in there about probably 4 years ago. It could have been Kevin Spacey now thinking about it. And he took me to a venue was quite similar in Stockwell called Fire. Have you ever been there?
I have.
Yeah, that's an interesting place.
It is, yeah.
Everyone seemed to be very hungry in there. We're chewing on something. I couldn't really figure it out. When I asked what kind of snacks they did there, they said they didn't deliver. But whatever they're doing, everyone seems to be chewing on something.
Yeah, you just got to be careful. Just got to be careful. You know which is the right room you're going into there, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, is it like that? Is it?
Well, there was one room where everyone just had their tops off, but I imagine they were just working out. Yeah,
there's definitely that sort of vibe in there. There's a lot of pumping going on.
Do you think I'm probably going to get a maybe approached by BT Sport to come on and actually do the real commentary?
I mean, possibly. Yeah.
Could be like a new wave.
Yeah, I can see it happening.
I feel that a lot of the people outside of London would really appreciate my chat.
Especially the Northerners.
Yeah. But they know, the thing is, like I said, I'm just being real,
Yeah.
Can't understand them.
Right.
So what, two guys that perform well, the last couple of stats that have come up for Exeter, Yanis Kirsten, approaching 30 tackles, and we've just had an hour. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's rugby league-esque. And then Henderson, 63 metres in 10 carries. That's not bad for an inside centre.
It's become a proper scrap, this game now, and oh my word.
Go on, Fred.
Quickly dumped off to Furbank, had a fair amount of work to do. He's not had a great angle to work with there. And
who's that guy?
That's your man.
Double barrel, yeah.
Double barrel.
This play reminds me of how I play. I love a chip and chase.
Do you?
But I would have got that. That's the difference. And probably scored.
He's quite quick.
He's Scottish, isn't he?
Yeah, Scottish Portuguese.
Yeah. Stinks of money, that. Who's the richest player you played with? And I'm not talking about money from contract. Who already had it?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I reckon some of those South Africans must have come from a bit.
Really?
Yeah. Or massive farms and stuff.
Oh,
Hello.
oh,
There's Francis.
Oh yeah, I've already just pushed him through a hole.
You did, yeah.
who's on at scrum half now? Is that Mitchell?
Mitchell, yeah.
Yeah, he's another guy that follows me.
Is it?
He's actually got some quite good Insta game.
How do you build your Insta game?
To be honest, mate, it's just normal. But I do think, actually, I'm going to start a campaign to get you on SAS Celebrity Who Dares Win.
You mentioned this earlier on.
I'm going to start a campaign. I think it should happen.
Yeah. There is a drawback in that. I actually think I could win it, but I two things. I'm not a celebrity, and the second thing, I really don't like cold water.
Yeah, but I just like to see you have a fight with John Fashion.
He'd be out of range. I'm not a fighter.
Who would be good on that?
Tom would.
Oh yeah.
He'd basically just win. Tim Arner Harrison.
The guy who plays for Northampton?
Yeah, guy playing at 8.
Looking at your Saints team, aren't you, for your inspiration?
Yeah. Well, it must be some couple of Geordies that must be pretty good at it. The cold.
Yeah, Mark Wilson.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, the hardest bloke on the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Mark Wilson.
This is getting very interesting now. Some of those changes they made are not quite the changes I don't think that the Chiefs would have wanted to bring a game home that they're having to chase. So this.
Yeah, but you just got that feeling that at any point Exeter could just go the length.
Yeah.
I know Saints have just got that. They've got those chinks that just let them down occasionally.
I mean, the Saints with the likes of, Autorak, Paul Hill, Nick Ezekwe, who's come on, Adendorf. We've had Piers Francis Nairavoro on. I mean, I'm not saying that the Exeter team aren't capable, because Jack Ennard, Billy Keeson, Alfie Petch, a decent Petch, I think. I think it was who just missed handling on the wing. But I think Saints certainly have got it where the bench is concerned, but Chiefs are still a team that entirely believe that any lineup of them are capable of doing something. So because they all understand what they're trying to do so well, there's no drop off. Sometimes when you bring on substitutes that don't know the systems as much, because coaches haven't given them as much of a run during the week. Yes, all right, everyone's supposed to know what's going on, but in reality, if you're not doing it day in, day out, you're not getting as much of a run. You don't know it as well. But
do you think Rob Baxter's making a call to China? Good time to get them at this time. The markets would be open.
I thought it was America.
Yeah, I think the world clock's the wrong way around.
Yeah, it's been a long week. It's been a seriously long week.
Unless they're working at 4 a.m. in China, of course, which is highly possible.
Yes.
On a Saturday.
Yeah. A lot of my clients do 24 hours.
Yeah. Good save.
Oh.
Courtney is not too happy.
Play with Courtney?
Play with Courtney. I've told this a few times, but I'm not sure I've told you. He smashed me once in training, and I was about 34, and I don't know whether you know, but I used to be really angry.
Did you really?
Yeah. And he literally smashed me around my sort of thigh and really hurt. So I grabbed him. I went, mate, if you can do that again, I don't care. I'll just punch you. He went, sorry, mate. And for a year and a half onwards, he just went two-handed touch. Fucking brilliant.
Oh, you lucky boy.
Oh, mate, I used to be a small man like that. So basically,
you used to have scraps on a night out.
What? No, not on a night out. I used to have horrific chat on the field, and I used to get myself in all sorts of little problems on the field as well.
Is there anyone that
most of Leicester? In fact, when I signed for Northampton, I had a bit of a run-in with Paul Grayson. He was a coach. I definitely had a run-in with Westy. He was a coach. I played against Jim Mallender when he was at Sale.
Did you?
Yeah. And I was sat down there. Westy went, "You're actually all right." And I won't tell you what he told me. He thought of me beforehand.
Yeah.
but it wasn't very pleasant. And that's pretty much most people's opinion.
I get quite a lot of grief when I play against teams, just because you wouldn't imagine this, but I can be quite mouthy on the field. I sort of give them as good as I can take. Normally just abusing. I normally look at what they drive into the car park in their car, and then I'll know that I've got the better of them on the pitch and off the pitch. If someone turns up in a Ford Fiesta, then I've got my eye on them in the game. I'll be like, mate, what do? You work in marketing? Good one.
Just going to say evening to Lord Watley, who has joined us just to check in. Thanks very much for joining us. It's proven to be a bit of a cracker now. This second half has come alive a bit. Now that the scores have got a bit tighter and the changes have been made, there's a bit of a caterpillar effort being made.
Oh,
here.
they love that Exeter, don't they? Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's penalty.
Oh dear.
He didn't really get off the ground, did he?
Oh dear. Did you see a minute ago, Bigger put in the kick for that sort of line out? It was one of those semi kind of, is he going for a chip into the corner? I think it was the sort of ball that Tom Collins would have absolutely pounced on. And Naya Avora was like, yep, see you later. We'll have the line out then.
Nowhere near it.
No.
What do you reckon here? Driving line out. Dropping the pocket.
Nick the game.
For another year to play.
Nick, I'm not sure he has, is he? Steenson?
No, I'm not sure.
How old is he? Like 38?
I think he might be 38, yeah. No. Sure.
No, I don't think he's quite that old.
He's 36.
Oh.
Here you go, driving line out.
I think you're a couple of seconds. I think you're a couple of seconds ahead of me then.
Oh yeah?
That's all good.
Still driving line out.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be a try.
It is. Oh, who was that? That was Rory Hutchinson.
Oh,
wow. Oh no. Hell of a doctor.
Oh my word.
Oh, it's try.
Are you just seeing the wide ball?
Yeah. Well, and then the charge.
Oh no.
Oh yes. That guy's had an absolute stormer.
Hasn't he? He's been good. Line breaks, footwork.
Who is actually doing the commentary on BT at the moment?
I can give it a bit of volume and find out. It'll be Alistair Eaton or Nick Mullins on. It's Ben Kay I'm hearing in a minute. So, Ben Kay, Ugo.
Yeah, I think it's Ali Eaton.
I think it's Ali, yeah.
There, didn't they? That ball there.
That's one of my specials, the triple miss pass.
Triple miss with less loop.
Yeah.
Flatter you pass it, wouldn't you?
He made decent. He made
right hand.
Oh. Who was that? That was Auto actually have had in there.
Yeah. He is a Weasley man, isn't he?
Yeah. Remember Tom Todd?
Yeah, he works in the city. Very successful.
He was one of those blokes that you think I could always get hold of him, but he'd just always get half past you, and it'd be really annoying, like playing against.
Who was that?
Tom Boyce.
Oh yeah.
Look at Benders. Benders was like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great player.
Alex Good, 300th appearance this weekend.
That's a hell of a shift, that.
Isn't it? And
I don't know who I'd rather have a night out with, him or Max Evans. Probably Max.
You're going to get more of the ladies around Max, aren't you?
Slightly different.
Sorry, Nick?
You're going to get more of the ladies around Max.
Yeah. Well, Max has settled down, it seems, by his Instagram, with a lovely lady.
Well, indeed.
Is that the lady in the videos?
Yes, it is. Yeah. They're very close.
Yeah, very close.
Very close.
I imagine they'll be having many boys.
Your night out with Alex Good might go in a much longer fashion. You wouldn't go back in for 3 days.
That would be a problem with work.
Oh dear. Look at Steenson clapping the hands behind.
71 tries scored.
Who are these two guys here?
So Ali Heath used to play for Saints.
Okay. Middle guy.
And who is that? Rob It's not real fun, is it?
They had a chat with him before the game. I've forgotten.
That's what happens when you're sort of not head coach. You're pretty forgettable.
Yeah.
What was that? That was Exeter on 71 tries.
71. Saracens on 57.
Yeah, that's bonkers.
What we said the other day, though, in our radio commentary about Saracens, there's no way they're going quietly.
No.
They will want to. They will want. So if Exeter win this league, or Bristol win the league, or whoever wins the league, they want people to be going, yeah, but if Saracens had been at the top, they would have, because it just takes a bit of the edge off, doesn't it?
It's a double but though, isn't it? Because it's like, but we could have been in there, but then it's but with a salary cap of stars. Or a blown salary cap of stars, I should say.
Oh, Eddie.
Yeah.
I mean, if he'd only known that he could have got, watched rugby with the commentating here, he wouldn't have had to make the trip to Northampton.
No, exactly.
He could have found out, what direction you think the England team needs to go in, Archie.
And he could have just messaged us direct, and I could have just answered him.
What would your England backline be for the 8 nations?
Oh, it's tricky. I think at 9, I'm going with close friends. I'd go with Kersey at 9. Probably 10.
That's good, only one.
10, probably Tom May. Tom May at 10, just put the shirt back on. He wouldn't need to go for those gaps. He just pulled the strings.
Like Rob Lee in the centre circle.
I know, who inside centre? Tuolangi? To be honest, I really don't like George Ford or Owen Farrell just because they're really boring. And I don't think they'd be much fun at the ship. And that's how I judge professional rugby players.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
Yeah. I'd like to see Cipriani have a go, just because he's had a bloody good year. He's got married. He's now got 2 kids. Obviously, granted, not his, and now get caps for England would be great.
I don't think Eddie's got any interest in that at all.
You don't think he'll play like experimental team?
No. I think he'll go. It would be Farrell at 10.
Eddie's biggest problem with Cipriani was the moment he put that beautiful threaded kick through in South Africa.
Yeah.
Basically picked him to shut the fans up, and then he had a moment of absolute brilliance. And I just imagined Eddie Jones being stood in the stands going, fuck. But he still didn't pick him after that, did he? So
I'd put Manu at 12.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's that many 13s that are really putting their hand up right now.
What about JJ?
He's doing all right, but he's not.
He breaks down too easy.
What about the guy at Bath, the young guy that Redpath's son, Brian Redpath?
Cameron Redpath.
He was in Eddie's. Oh, it was the first mistake he's made.
Yeah, still going to give him man of the match.
Would you? I'm going to give it Yanis Kirsten.
Who's that?
Big ginger bloke.
Ginger bloke, Nick's brother.
my brother's about 6'3" with black hair.
Oh.
How angry is Dan Big going to be?
Yeah, he's not going to be happy, but he will be on some serious wedge.
He would be.
What do you think he'll be on? That's what I'd love to know. $500,000?
Must be near that, surely. It's not bad cash, that, is it?
No, not bad.
Don't want to miss a kick.
For all of his sort of concentration faces and bigger shuffle, I bumped into Dan Bigger when we were at the Lions store, and he sort of came in and was sat down having a cup of tea and just had a bit of a chat with a couple of us. And I was like, I'd never noticed that you're actually quite a good-looking chap.
All right. So he'd be
Nick, a lot of 10s are. It's a requirement.
It is, of course.
The ugly number 10s. Like Andy Good obviously bucked the trend.
Yeah.
But that's mainly because he smoked 20 a day. That would never help.
Oh my word.
But I've never met a bad-looking 10. Can you name any bad-looking 10s?
Saints can't help themselves.
There must be some old.
Even there's something about Freddie Burns, and Burnsy's a good friend of mine. There's something about Burnsy.
Yeah, even Toby Flood's got something going. I'm not sure what it is. Just the tan, I guess.
Got a couple of beers on him. I'm not sure. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
it's a fact.
That
I was almost born.
I mean, the king of them all is Freddie Michelat, right?
Yeah. That guy is a player.
Could anyone be more French?
Yeah.
It's the only the weird thing is Parise probably should have been a 10.
Imagine.
Yeah.
I tell you what, he'll be running out week in, week out for Toulon. Mauro Boujela, not Mauro Boujela because he's not there anymore, but the new guy, what's his name? He's just bought Toulon. He'll want his money's worth out of him.
But he's like 38.
Mate, yeah. He just refuses to
Well,
give up.
he hasn't had his last Italian game yet, has he?
Oh, yeah. He's going for that.
He's basically got to stay in there so he can have his swan song for Italy.
Last game supposed to be against New Zealand. It was
Cancelled.
Yeah.
Cancelled. So then he's played, a couple of Six Nations games. Or did he even play yet? I don't even know if he had.
Yeah, that was it. He was going to do the Six Nations and then COVID came.
Yeah.
Just give it up, bud.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about going to Italy?
No.
Why would you?
I read a book once called Playing for Pizza. It was about a guy who went and played NFL or like semi-pro, like American football in Italy. It sounds like really good. Jamie Elliott from Northampton went over to Italy.
And also Spaghetti Lid.
Spaghetti Lid.
What's his name? The winger from Harlequins, who's now at Ealing. Isha, is it Ealing? Charlie.
Charlie Walker.
Yeah, Charlie Spaghetti Lid. I sometimes see him in Infernos. Him and Jack Clifford.
Spaghetti Lid is a great name for him.
Yeah, he's bought it all.
His lid.
Yeah.
Who off? Same bloke as Goody.
Yeah.
And Danny Kerr.
I reckon there's 15 people that've got fake lids.
Yeah.
In the Premiership.
Easy.
Just to let everyone know, this is all real.
Yeah.
But Maisie doesn't like it. I think he's just jealous.
It's only because when you train, you wear a headband.
That's because people do say I look a bit like Rafa Nadal.
With no arse.
But a mixture of Rafa Nadal and Dean Gaffney. It's
Ladine Gaffney, as a friend of mine wanted to call a French dish he made once.
The lid of Nadal and then the facial features of Dean Gaffney. Yeah.
Don Armand.
Great actor, though. Great actor.
Yeah. Stunning.
He should have done more. In
EastEnders.
Yeah.
Why is Don Armand now not? No one talks about him now.
Yeah.
There's too many good back rows, isn't there?
It's ridiculous.
Oh dear. Harrison has got his arm falling out. Oh.
He's hard though. He'll just keep going.
Oh, he just swung away like the hunchback of Notre Dame out of shot.
Oh, mate, if he's hunched over like that, he's in serious pain.
Look at him, bottom of the screen.
Oh, what is he doing?
He's taking a knee now.
It's the physios on the touchline basically matching him step for step. He's probably like, yeah, I've broken my arm in 2 places.
And I did tell you guys Exeter would win this match, so...
They just do not know when they're beaten.
It's ridiculous.
Isn't it extraordinary?
Northampton, when the way they came back into that game in the second half, they should have shut that out.
Yeah.
A couple of missed tackles down that bottom end on Flaherty, and they'll be disappointed looking at that. That's them gone, mate.
You would have to think so.
He'll get the sack.
No. He's.
Can we not go as a team? You head coach, me backs coach. Nick, you could come in as special teams.
Thanks.
Bring Dozzer in as forwards coach.
Dozzer would.
All on $250 a year.
Right.
Sounds good.
Sounds right.
Hey, I'll look after the comm strategy. It's fine.
Perfect. Sounds great.
Take over from Weirmouth.
That result putting the Chiefs up on 68 points, 15 points clear of Bristol in second, with 4 rounds to play.
What do you do? Do you keep playing? Like, they'll get another couple of wins in the bag because they have Gloucester Saracens next week.
They've got Gloucester and Sarries.
They're home to Gloucester on Wednesday, and they're away at Saracens next week. But look, they've beaten Worcester, they've beaten Sale, they've beaten Bristol and Leicester, and now they've done Northampton.
Saints get a losing bonus.
They go back. Yeah, but you know they've got 2 buses now.
So they can have a sleep.
Yes.
No, so the 15 that started go on a bus,
Yeah.
and the subs and the backroom staff go on a bus, Nick.
Yeah, that's right.
They're in different bubbles. It's mental. So why they have to go on a different bus? Bear in mind, all the subs have come on and they're all playing together. Like, what difference does it make?
Oh, Bigger doesn't look happy, but he does. You're right. He does look very good looking.
Yeah, there's something about him. So Chiefs can't yet say they guaranteed themselves the semi-final.
No, but
because what they're now.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, this is right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't look like a. This is HD. This TV, isn't it? Of course it is. Sorry.
Sure.
It doesn't look like a rugby player.
He actually looks like he's tiny.
Yeah. Is he quite young?
Yeah. Has to be, surely.
Great teeth. He wouldn't be getting abused on Instagram.
He's been C Sharpsy or whatever his name is.
Steersy.
Steersy. Getting all the love. We had Lord Watley asking off topic, but the Tigers thanking their lucky stars that Sarries have been caught out. Well,
yeah.
Yes, is the short answer there.
Well, Tigers blew it last year. It was only Newcastle that caused themselves that problems up in. Remember that game at Kingston Park? Newcastle should have won that.
Yes.
What would have happened to Leicester if they'd gone down after that?
Cool, blimey.
Newcastle had to wait 9 months probably at least before they've had a game.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing's just a bit of a mess, isn't it?
Yeah, absolute mess. So 4 games tomorrow then. Wasps are away at Sarries. That's the 12:30 game. Then 2 o'clock it's Quins against Bath. 3,500 fans going to be allowed back to that one. Leicester Tigers against Sale is a 3 o'clock game. And then 4:30 Gloucester against London Irish. Probably the pick of those. Arguably the Quins Bath game, I would say, which is a good job that there's going to be a bit of a crowd there. Just another couple of comments from our live stream on YouTube. Larry Wu says, loving the chat, great game. Rob Hunter, that's what he says there.
Yeah.
Bobby the best says, hi Nick, hi Bobby. I think we've had a couple of other people coming through on HotMic. But listen, Archie, thank you so much for giving up a Friday night. I assume you're keeping yourself out of trouble so that you can go and tear it up on Clapham High Street sometime soon.
I'll invoice you guys on Monday.
Done.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Make sure you get the right address.
But yeah, listen, it's been brilliant having you with us. Thank you as well.
Very much.
Thank you as well, Tom.
Thanks for letting me in this beautiful house.
That's right, mate.
We will be hopefully back with you very soon. But for now, for all of you watching on HotMic and on YouTube, we will be turning this one off right now. Take care. Have a great weekend. Let me just start that one.
Shut it. Still says live on mine.
Yeah, hold on. There we go. And I'll just take us off live from YouTube as well. There we go. Stream finished.